Hey guys, this is Zara, of course, for Trans Youth. Alright, so the topic for this week is, do you find media expressly offensive? I just... here's my beef with that, is that I just think they really don't know where to draw the line. Like, they should be able to, in sitcoms, for example, they should be able to poke fun at trans people. But I don't think they know where to draw the line between what's acceptable and what's unacceptable. I don't know, I'm trying to think of examples. There are quite a few shows now. Oh, what is that one called? Modern Family, I guess, for example. Where there are gay characters, and they're allowed to poke fun at them. And they now know what is acceptable to say about a gay person before they cross the line to be offensive. And I don't think that they know what is acceptable to say about a trans person before they cross the line. Because I can think of a bunch of examples about in shows where they would say like tranny or something, which is a word I fucking hate with a passion, but I'm saying it for the sake of this video. I hate that word more than anything else. But yeah, and in doing so, they kind of give the people watching those shows who know nothing about trans people a negative impression of us. So for in a show, for example, they'll say something about a trans woman, and maybe there's a trans character or something. They'll always find some big bulky guy and put him in a dress and say that that's a trans woman. And I guess by doing that, like here's a specific example, is I would tell a guy that, and this happened, I would tell a guy that I'm a trans woman, and he would just think I was basically some big bulky guy in a dress and told me to fuck off. I don't know, it's crazy, but I think they don't know where to draw the line. And I've mentioned this before as well. There's a show called One Girl, Five Gays. I've actually only just gotten back into it. I stopped watching it for a while, but I just got back into watching it. And I think that show does incredible things for the gay community. It's actually filmed in my home city of Toronto. So it's really cool, because on occasion I'll see some of the guys from that show walk down the street, and I have yet to go and try to talk to one of them, but I think I don't know, I would like to. Anyway, that show does incredible things for the gay community. Like, for example, someone who isn't out yet as gay could watch that show and see that these guys live normal lives, that they're normal people, that they're accepted, that they're loved, and it'll make it easier for that person to come out. I would love if there was a show like that for trans people. I would love it. I'd want to be on it, actually. Because with that show, I mean, I suppose in a way that's similar to what we do here on YouTube. Not only Trans Youth, but other trans channels as well. It's similar to what we do. We just try to show you guys that transition, we're still, like, loved, we're still respected, and you get through it. We try to give people that message, but we are seen on nowhere near as big a scale as we would like to be. And I'm not saying that to try and get fame or anything. I'm saying that because I want to help the trans people out there. This show is on MTV, so everyone watches it. And actually, like, a lot of young people watch as well. Gay or Not Gay, because it's on MTV. That is the young person channel. So all these little straight boys and girls are watching this show as well, and they're learning to respect gay people as well. So, you know, if there was a show like that for trans people, I'm sure, depending on which network it was on, cis people would watch it and learn to respect trans people. Why not? But, you know, I guess that kind of strays from the topic. But a lot of media is offensive without, I think, meaning to be. You know, again, I'll say this, and you've probably heard me say this in the past, is that there was a time when men and women were not equal. And I'm talking about in North America. I mean, I know there's still parts in the world where things aren't the same, but I'm talking specifically about North America, where we live. There was a time where men and women weren't equal. Back in, like, I would say, back in, like, the 30s would probably be when women started to get more recognition. There was a time when black and white people were not equal. That changed probably, though there is still racism and sexism and everything out there. It's on a much smaller scale. Black people, like, segregation there stopped, I don't know, I would say, it depends on the place. In some places it's still going on, but nowadays black people can do anything a white person can do in most parts of North America, at least. And it's the same with the gay community in North America, in good parts of the world. Gay or straight doesn't matter for a lot of people, for most people. Because I think that gay people have been able to show that they aren't freaks or anything. And next is our turn. Next is the turn of the trans people. A lot of people just either are misinformed or don't have any education on us whatsoever at all. And you have proof of that when you hear things like, oh, this trans woman cannot go into the women's bathroom because really it's a pedophile, and she's gonna be staring at all the little girls. Because obviously, being a trans person and being a pedophile is the same thing. Obviously. You know, that just makes perfect sense, doesn't it? And right there is your proof that they know shit all about trans people. Not a fucking thing. Yeah. But again, I say, it'd be really great if a show like Modern Family, for example, there was one that featured a trans character and they were able to poke fun at her. I don't know, make jokes about her hormones or something that are tasteful jokes without being discriminatory or anything like that. That'd be great. And, again, the gay community is starting to have a lot of that. There are quite a few shows now that feature gay characters where it's like that. And there are very few shows about trans people that have a trans character in it, first of all. And really the only one that comes to mind is Ugly Betty. That isn't a show I particularly watched, but I know that, like, her boss or something was a trans woman. I didn't watch the show, so I didn't really know if they had that kind of, if they were able to poke fun at her, but I doubt it. But again, I'd love that. And my basic point is that I wish there was a show like One Girl, Five Gays. I guess it would be called One Cis, Five Trans or something. I wish there was a show like that for us, because I think it would be very helpful. Yeah. That's basically it. So yeah, this is our for Trans Youth. If you guys have a question to ask us, transyouthchannel@gmail.com. And yeah, comment, subscribe,